Our journey begins in the 14th century, where we encounter a dance so deadly it led to mass hysteria. In the year 1318, the town of Strasbourg was gripped by what came to be known as the Dancing Plague. For reasons still unknown, hundreds of people began dancing fervently, unable to stop, and this bizarre event lasted for months. Some even danced themselves to death. Fast forward to the 18th century, we find ourselves in England, where an act of parliament made it illegal to impersonate a Chelsea pensioner. Why, you ask? Well, it turns out that in 1749, a woman named Mary East and her partner lived as husband and wife for over 30 years, with Mary disguised as a retired soldier to maintain the ruse. When the truth surfaced, it sent shockwaves through society. Next, we sail to the shores of 19th century America, where we stumble upon the Great Emu War of 1932. Yes, you heard that right, a war against birds. Australia declared war on emus that were decimating crops in Western Australia. Unfortunately, the birds proved more resilient than expected, leading to a rather embarrassing defeat for the Australian Army. Moving forward to the 20th century, we explore the peculiar tale of the man who sold the Eiffel Tower. Not once, but twice. In the early 1920s, con artist Victor Lustig convinced a scrap metal dealer that the famous monument was to be dismantled and sold for parts. He absconded with the money, only to repeat the scam a month later. Finally, we land in the 21st century, where we examine the curious case of the Norwegian butter crisis. In 2011, a combination of low production and high demand led to panic buying and butter smuggling across the country. Some even sold the dairy product on the black market for astronomical prices. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour through history's most bizarre events. From a dancing plague that gripped a medieval town, the tale of a woman living as a man in 18th century England, a war against emus in the Australian outback, a con man selling the Eiffel Tower, and a butter crisis in Norway. Each of these peculiar events has woven itself into the rich tapestry of our global history, a testament to the unpredictability of life itself. They remind us that truth can indeed be stranger than fiction, that the unusual and the extraordinary are but a moment away. So the next time you think you have history all figured out, remember these bizarre events and think again. History, it seems, never ceases to surprise.